Hello, hello, hello. All right, here we go. Hello, anybody there? Hello. What's the day today? Wednesday. Good evening, guys. Let's get this light on me a little bit. Whoa, that's really bright. Oh my goodness, that's too bright. There we go. Hey, guys. Look at my eyes. I look like I've been smoking some sort of substances, but I haven't. I think I'm just tired because... Very good evening, guys. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's well. Wild Wednesday. Well, it is a bit of a wild Wednesday for me. It's a bit of a wonky Wednesday, actually, because today, was it today? Late last night, I arrived back from London. So I went to London on Monday night. Was it Monday night? Yeah, I went to London on Monday night, and then I came back to Dubai on Tuesday night. So it's a bit of a weird one. Bit crazy, so my head doesn't know whether I'm coming or going. But anyway, let's just speak about the markets anyway. Just want to share my chart. Bear with me. $1. Here we go, guys. Okay, I want to speak about Bitcoin. I always start with Bitcoin, as we always do. Make sure you stay to the end of the stream because we really need to see what's going to be happening. Because right now, looks a little bit worrying, right? We've struggled to find any real committed trends for Bitcoin. Bear with me one moment. Let me just make sure we're all good. Bear with me one moment. Yeah, we've really struggled to find like a committed trend for Bitcoin for a very long time. If you look, you know, after obviously this big drop in November, very consecutive to the downside from sort of back into 2021, and then from, let's say, from January, we failed to find any sort of committed directions. Very choppy. But then we had a stroke of luck, right? A stroke of, well, not luck, optimism, hope. Because at the middle of March, we broke out of this, the trend line had been contained in the price. We extended to the upside. We broke out of all this range. When I say range, look at where the upper part of our range. We were capped to the upside at 45,500. To the downside around sort of 33K. Okay? So we're in that sort of $13,000 range. But that's quite narrow for Bitcoin, considering the way in which this bad girl shifts. So we were capped. We formed this W structure, as I explained in a previous stream, and I've spoken about many weeks. We formed this big W structure here, didn't we? Here's our neckline. One bottom, two bottom, okay? Our perfect W, pretty much. We broke out, and now we're retesting. This is the retest right now. The thing that throws things into the mix, a little bit of concern, is the way in which we closed, the candlestick, how we closed, last week. Not ideal, okay? Not ideal there with that candlestick for last week. It's an evening star. Remember, our evening stars appear at the top of the trend, okay? Now, for this really to be confirmed, and this is why I'm saying we must watch this area now, it's annoying, right? It's annoying because 1 minute, we're pushing to the upside. It's nice and aggressive, but then it gets thrown into doubt, okay? Thrown into doubt. Okay, so right now, if this weekly closure, if we do end up closing below last week, we're in trouble, okay? Then we're in for a bit of reversal, okay? So look here. Just want to show you examples. Nice sort of evening start at the top of the trend, closure below, and look at the downward trend. See if we can get another one from the past. Okay, I'm not going to find another one for a little while because this price action's still all very new. But anyway, so that's where we're at a weekly right now. On the daily, okay, bit of what we've broken out of. I spotted this prior to yesterday, and I was able to sort of capitalize. I just want to explain. So I was watching how, remember I spoke about this in a previous stream, how, where we push to the upside and then we curl over. I call it, I don't know why, but I call it the cat's tail. So, this is the tail of the cat. Like the cat's tail curls back round. And that's how we had it. Like it curls over like this. Yeah. So that's exactly what we're doing. So I already spotted how we are topping out here and had this flag structure marked up. And you can see it really nice and clearly here on the 4 hour. If you just adjust it slightly via the 4 hour, you see how we broke out of this sort of flag. I was able to sort of capitalize on that. Okay, so break out this narrowing, this rising wedge or flag, whatever you want to call it, sort of breakout retest there, and then sort of capitalizing on that dropping. Now, something to just be aware of, just why I'm on a 4 hour here right now, by the way, guys. You see where this 38.2% Fibonacci is? As I've explained previously, I like marking up my fibs. I go from the swing low, okay, this is the most recent swing low, from sort of 14th of March, up to this swing high up here. Okay, that's how we mark up our fibs. Yeah, you look at the for your retracement of where we're going to bounce. Swing low, swing high. You can see where we initially bounced at that 38.2% Fibonacci. Look at the daily. Yeah. Look here. We pull back around that region. It's not always going to be to the pip, right? But there or thereabouts. We bounced at that 38.2%, consolidated, formed that flag, and now we're breaking out that 38.2%. Now, what you want to keep an eye on, okay, there's a couple of things to keep an eye on. I love my Fibonacci, so keep an eye on this 50% fib. If that doesn't hold, okay, then a 61.8% fib. So these three are the major: 38.2, 50, and 61.8% Fibonacci. Okay, so that's that. One thing to just be aware of as well, FOMC. So obviously we've got the FOMC minutes. These guys are obviously positioning the market for aggressive rate rises to come this year. Dollar, you can see it's extending to the upside. This is one of the things that hampered Bitcoin, by the way. Okay, this is one of the things that hampered Bitcoin. I spoke about this upside like last year, you know, back in like May, June, this upside's come for the dollar because of this FOMC action. Everyone was pricing out the FOMC, saying, you know, how the FOMC were behind. You know, we had the Bank of England, well, firstly, the RBNZ raising rates. We had Bank of Canada raising rates, BOE. Everyone was raising rates, but then the FOMC was just a little bit behind. But now look at these mother beeps. They're raising, man. They're going to be raising seriously. So anyway, the dollar, and this is why it's important that we note this because it's going to link in with Bitcoin. We had a double bottom here. 1, 2. Our neckline up here, W structure. Okay, similar to what we've spoken about in Bitcoin, a W structure. But we had a breakout. Look, we finally broke out. Then we retested this W structure, this neckline. And then look, we flew. Remember, like when we're looking at the W structure, the initial move, we're looking for the distance between the bottom to the neckline to see the equivalent to the upside. And obviously, we saw that plus and much more. Had this ascending trend line from sort of May, supporting the price. There's so many confluences supporting the dollar to the upside. And obviously, you can see how that ties in with Bitcoin in a moment. We'll go back to that. But you see that downside. Anyway, we broke out a narrowing pennant structure for Bitcoin, for Bitcoin, for dollar. And now we're extending to the upside. So this is a bit of a laggard this is one of the laggards really on Bitcoin, the stronger dollar, the fact that the FOMC are raising interest rates because we have people taking their money out of cryptocurrency and piling into safe haven, into US fixed income, government bonds. And how do we pay for that? It's dollar denominated. So we need to put our money in dollars. The dollar strengthens. Outflows from cryptocurrency flows into safe haven, you know. But that's just a narrow-minded way of thinking for investors because, it doesn't matter. The yields are still low in comparison to what you can earn as an investor on cryptocurrency. But these guys are, you know, the big guys are wanting to put their money into government bonds because they're paying a decent yield now that, well, the rates are picking up, all right? So that's why Bitcoin's being weighed upon. That's why the dollar's thriving at the moment, okay? Because it's safe. It's safe to put your money into US fixed income, right? So look, Bitcoin's getting killed right now. Not killed, but we are under some pressure, right? So given this area doesn't want to seem to hold, this retest of this W structure, remember we look at the perfect W there on the dollar. I remember I explained a good W structure here as well on AUD. 1 bottom, 2 bottom neckline, breakout retests, couple of retests here, and then pushed aggressively to the upside. Had this pennant marked up, which we did take. I took advantage of this actually. Got quite fortunate with the RBA because they're positioning the market with rate rises. But look, we had a nice breakout of this pennant and we're going for a retest. Anyway, I found myself being sucked into FX. So let's go back to cryptocurrency. All right, so Bitcoin's still coming off right now. Keep an eye on this area. Keep an eye on 43K towards sort of 42.5. That doesn't hold. Then we pull right back to the 61.8% Fibonacci. And then we've got a risk of obviously pulling all the way back down to this annoying trend line here. Remember, which capped the price action. We could come all the way back down, sort of sub 40K. Right, let's see what's going on with Ethereum. We're down. Look, see, I had this scenario marked up. We were moving quite nicely, okay? I wanted to see that push to the upside, pull back in towards sort of 3,200 and work zone to zone, okay? You see like here, look, zone to zone, zone to zone. But now we're just sort of being hit. We've been hit here with Ethereum. So let's just see what's going on. I'm just going to clear up this chart. I haven't conducted any analysis on this outside of Bitcoin. So we'll just do this together now and just see where we're at. On the weekly, oh, shizzle my nizzles. Okay, we've got a bit of an evening star formation there, similar to Bitcoin. A bit of a pullback here. Okay, a bit of a pullback. On a daily, I guess we have sort of broken a bit of a trend line, guys. All right, so look here. See, this trend line been supporting the price since March in this upward trend, and now we're breaking out to the downside. Just wonder if we've got, yeah, a bit of a flag there, bit of a flag. So we probably are going to want to come down. If I clear up, I spoke about this before, chart hygiene. I've got too much bloody mess on here. By the way, guys, happy evening. If anyone's got anything to talk about, drop a message. If it's about anything, talk to me, baby. You don't have to just pop in and not say anything. You're free to talk. Whatever you want to talk about, let's talk. Just why, we break down these markets. Anything at all. We can speak about any financial markets. It's fine, guys. We don't have to talk about crypto. We can just, and then we just tie it in. Okay. I just wonder if we get this, right? We had this range, which was capping Ethereum. We had this range. We had this breakout. So now do we get the pullback? Do we get the retest before we then extend to the upside? Go and clear this top area here, retest, and then extend to the north. I haven't got a trade idea right now because we've already pushed quite aggressively. We're down 5%, almost 6% here on Ethereum. I'm assuming if we drop down to lower time frames, look, like, so let me just show you, like, for example, what I capitalize on Bitcoin as well is just these little things here, just keeping it simple. Nice little aggressive breakout from pennant here. Then we have this pullback. These are the opportunities, what I'm saying. In cryptocurrency, they're great. Okay, we can get these opportunities here. And they move, they're more exaggerated, these moves. So pennant, breakout, flag, breakout. And now obviously we're consolidating a little bit, probably going to take another pop to the downside, go and test that psychological 3K mark. Okay, so expect that to just continue to push to the north before we go and push, obviously, and retest and go and push to the north. XRP, all right, this is quite a big one for XRP, right? New to your channel. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Iron. Is it Iron? D. Kelly. Do you trade BTC or hold it, Ken? I hold some BTC, but I also speculate it. Okay, I'm trading Bitcoin, margin trading. Which news websites do you use to analyze crypto? When I analyze cryptocurrency, it's more so on a technical perspective, to be honest with you. Fundamental news, it's just my own research, buddy. Like, for example, when I'm researching like projects before I invest in them, for example, just type in like Chainlink as an example, and then go to Google and check the news tab, read all the news that's coming out for that relating cryptocurrency before you invest in it, or even just seeing the latest news around that project, okay, fundamentally. But then a good news website as well, check out CoinDesk and Cointelegraph. They're the biggest, right? They've got the biggest teams behind it, and they've got the best analysts from what I've seen in my experience, okay? So check out those news sources. They're great. So behind on knowing about day trading, do you have a course? I do have a course. Obviously, you're more than welcome to check it out. It's not something that I promote anymore because I just don't. But you can check it out. If you go on my Instagram and check the link in my bio, you'll see my course is there. It's I use as a basis like general financial markets, Forex, stocks. But what I speak about, you can apply it to cryptocurrency, to margin trade. That's my knowledge I've taken from FX, right? From FX and stocks, and I've taken it over to cryptocurrency. And my earnings from the crypto side of things have been, largely exacerbated to the upside because of these moves that happen. Like you learn what you do, when you're trading Forex, when you're trading stocks. But then when you apply that to cryptocurrency, these moves are larger, okay? The moves are larger, so your earnings can be exacerbated. But don't get me wrong, your losses can be as well. But then, it's all down to risk management at the end of the day. So, yeah, you can check it out. Cool. So with XRP, by the way, and this is just on a purely technical basis, obviously I've spoken about Ripple. I've spoken about Ripple as a project and how the SEC case is probably going to get blown out. But let's just speak about this technically, right? And just show you this technical analysis. How we had this channel. We broke out of this channel. We retested this channel. And then look what we did sort of on a secondary basis. We started narrowing. Okay, we can see we're pushing to the upside now. Now we're narrowing. And then we broke out of this pennant structure. And now we're getting a retest. Okay, so you want to keep an eye on this, right? We've got a retest of this pennant, this range. Look, we broke out this range. Now we're retesting it. We want, really, in theory, this area should hold. Okay, it should hold. We're getting a retest. Right? Just look here, for example. Look at these simple patterns. These are not the be all and end all, and these are not just the only things that I look at, but they're just simple and profitable, right? We have this flag and we break out to the upside, and obviously now we're consolidating again, breakout, and here's the retest, okay? Whenever I try to trade it on demos, I get my ass spanked harder than local donations. Brilliant. What is that? When you try to trade crypto, you get your bum spanked. God's sake, that analogy is awful, bro. Oh, that's sick. Got images in my head now. It's awful. So yeah, something that I'm excited about. I spoke about this in a video yesterday. Okay, and now we're having quite a chunky pullback actually in ADA. But there's big things happening with ADA. We had Snoop Dogg to launch his an unreleased album on the Cardano network on the blockchain. We had technically, by the way, flow is picking up massively in Cardano. I know people are, umming and ahhing just because it's pulled back largely, but that's fine. Let everyone get out before this pushes aggressively to the upside. Okay, we've had this flag, we had this morning star, we've had this closure above in March. We're just retesting now this nice area of support around this $1.05 area, and then I expect this to push really, really aggressively to the upside. You can save this, okay? If it doesn't, then I don't know what I'll do, but I'm very confident, okay? I'm very confident on this sort of move, and then beyond for ADA, okay? For Cardano as a project, so bullish, so bullish. Did you start to? What was the question here? Did you start throw? Sorry, that if you could just repeat what you're typing there, buddy. More than happy to answer that. I just can't quite read it. It seems a little bit broken. See, I had, look, let me just show you this as well. Okay. Ethereum, I did speak about this. ETH BTC is what I was margin trading as well. And I did take a large amount of profits up here. But now we're pulling all the way back, but that's fine. Bit of a retest after this range breakout. And this is like a simple pennant structure pattern. Nice little breakout to the upside. Now we're pulling back. But yeah, you see, with things as well, I always say, in my sort of FX community, never be greedy, right? Because when we have a nice impulsive move, a breakout in your favor, right? You've just marked up whatever structure, whatever pattern on your chart, whatever you've marked up, and you get a nice impulsive move, and it's quite quick to the upside, but it hasn't quite hit your target yet. Do not be afraid to take some damn profit off the table, man, because I don't care how good your analysis is, right? And your analysis is not bigger than the market, my friends, okay? Something that I've learned. Swallow that ego. If it hasn't quite reached it, take some damn profit off the table, if not a lot of it, because the market can quickly, start going against you, and then, you're kicking yourself. You're like, man, why didn't I take any of that? Just be in and out, damn it. Get in the market and get out. If you made some money, great. If you haven't made some money, if you're flat, still a good day, because you got to remember, 80%, if not more, people are losing money. Don't be afraid to take that shit off the table, man. To stress that to you. right? I have to stress that, take it off the table, and get out, and put that anxiety to bed. Because believe it or not, obviously I've been trading, right, since I was 18, but properly, obviously from a full-time perspective, since what, 2018, like full time, like seriously full time. Like this is my money maker, right? But still to this day, I, not necessarily that I get anxiety, but it's like, I check the phone. It's like, you know what? Let me just get out of this shit. I don't want to be thinking about this today. I've made some money. Let me just get out. Let me enjoy my day. Because believe it or not, this is why I used to have like quite a nice thick amount of hair, very thick, nice little curly fro. But this has done it to me, right? As good as I've been in the market and as good as I still am, this game has forced my hair to thin. But it's fine. I'll take that trophy. That's a trophy for me because, I wouldn't be where I am otherwise if I hadn't lost my hair in the process. So, I don't know where I was going with that point, but I was just talking about, get in and out. Don't have the anxiety or don't even be needing to constantly be managing your trades. Make your profit and get the hell out and onto the next trade, And that's what I've been doing at the moment because with a lot of this stuff going on with Russia and Ukraine, it's made the markets quite choppy. So like for me, I used to be a swing trader, right? I'm looking for, 60, 70 pips, on average on my trades. But now that average has dropped down to like 20, 30 pips. Most days I can do that. Not every day, of course not. It's impossible. But most days I'm doing that, at the moment. And I'm finding with my short time in the market, in and out, at the moment I'm averaging 70% win to loss ratio percentage wise. Previously, I was 50%, but obviously still profitable. But I was 50%, in terms of I'll win a trade, lose a trade, win a trade, lose a trade, 50%, right? Not obviously always like that in that pattern, but that my win to loss percentage was 50%. But now it's jumped up to 70%, since the back end of last year. And that's because I've just adjusted things a little bit, just shifting the way in which I trade. There's nothing wrong with that. We're constantly evolving as traders. Don't keep yourself narrow-minded. As a trader, as an investor, always be willing to change, make tweaks, to stay involved in this market. Otherwise, you get left behind. Know that. Facts. What else is going on? Anyone else got anything to say? K-Swizzle. K-Swizzle, how you doing? What's going on, brother? It's easier to make 10 pips than 100 pips. Probability is on your side. Damn right. You already know that. Facts. Big facts. Who gives a damn about, someone making 100 pips? If you've made your money on your 10 pips, fine. So be it. It's blessed. It's calm. In and out. You're still winning. You're winning. So, yeah, guys. Anyone else? What else is going on? Look, as well, Link. This is one of my big holdings as well. See, just breaking out. Everything's breaking out of these flag structures where everything's just moving in tandem. Just in serious tandem right now. Bit of a breakout here. Probably, God, really worrying price action here. If you are a hodler, we're in danger here. We're in danger. Look at this flag breakout. Danger. For all crypto hodlers, just near term. Long term, we remain bullish. Sand, look, I'd marked up a trade scenario here, for this to push to the upside. We're getting a bit of retest on this flag. And look, this trade idea, I put a trade idea out here on this, and obviously we're pulling right back. Look, it's a nice pennant, to be fair. We had quite a few confluences. Look, we broke out this flag here, breakout pennant, and then flop. And now we're just getting a retest, obviously, on this flag that we had a breakout. Sandbox, by the way, if you don't know Sandbox, go and research it. I've done a video on it. Check out on this channel, actually, Metaverse Tokens. Spoke about Sandbox. But obviously, flop. So just keep an eye on this retest anyway, this flag. But, if you dip by Sand, it's a great project. Great project to hold. Man like Mike, what's a pip? You don't know a pip? Let me explain. Let's talk about it on FX terms. quickly. A pip, my friend, is now, look at euro dollar. You see it's gone from 86 to, ready, watch it when it moves again, 85. It's 1 pip. Okay. So you're looking here. This is what, ready, when it moves again, 1 pip. You know, there or thereabouts, gone to 84. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about pips. You know, some people call them pips. Some people call, well, point. Pips is the correct terminology, but you can call them points. You know, when you're trading stocks, you know, the index moves in points. But this is pips. This is going down in pips. Okay. Just type in pips explained. Forget HODL. Masternodes, staking, and crypto grid bots is where it's at. Okay. All right. Obey the wind. Staking. I do a lot of staking. Staking is very, very, you know, profitable and seamless for sure. I've never heard of, I'll be honest with you, I've never heard what you're saying about crypto grid bots. So I have to look into. Go and do Baby Pips Education 100. Yeah. That would serve you well, Mike, to be honest. Babypips.com. Check it out. 10 and 30-year yields currently breaking the market. Let's pull it up. Let's pull up US 10s. Oh, that's oil. US 10s. Wow. That's insane. This is what I mean. Look at that. Aggressively ripping out the market. Pushing. Like, this is the highest levels that we've seen since, wow, 2019, April 2019. Remember here with US 10-year yields, we had a big drop. Okay, and this was, as I've marked up here, investors seeking safety as coronavirus cases start to rise. I had this marked up back then, right? Big flows into US 10-year yields, so that into US 10-year bonds, government bonds across the board. So the yields had to fall because there was such serious demand there. Yeah. So everything anyway right now is being driven by dollar. Okay, aggressively moving to the upside. FOMC to hike interest rates, keep hiking this year. Going to move faster than any other central bank. You know, the pace, the amount of hikes, the number of hikes. So, yeah, man. Had this GU trade. Still got some left on the table, but rolling for this 130 mark. But yeah, dollar's really, really strengthening right now. And it's obviously not helping cryptocurrency market as well. By the way, guys, okay, really not helping. What's your take on when the Fed is going to start QT and the next hikes to happen? Well, buddy, to be honest with you, who gives a shit what I think? The markets have already priced in everything, right? You know, we've priced this in since June. If you look back in June, right? Let me just pull this up a minute. Let's go to June. June of here. Where was that meeting? Here, look. This is when the market's already priced in. The FOMC are going to start hiking at least 7 times in 20 for this year, right? Look at this. Look at this. This is the market's pricing it in. And I'm surprised. I'll be honest with you. Right? I'm surprised we've still moved this much, because back here, this is where the FOMC priced in the markets for this year's action, right, in 2022. And look at how much we've moved. And we're still moving to the upside. So I'm surprised. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised that we're still moving this as aggressively as we are, considering how much we've priced this all in already. But nothing's stopping the dollar. The dollar's going to continue to push the upside. Okay, it clearly is going to continue to push the upside, because they are the economy that's going to be offering the best interest rates. They're going to be the most stable economy in theory. In theory, I don't know. They're the largest economy in the world, right? They're going to be paying the highest interest rates. So why should the dollar lose any momentum? The dollar's just going to keep rising. So forget about FOMC. Okay. Obviously, yes, it's priced in. And it has been, as I say, since June. But this is just going to continue. Economics 101, this is just going to continue to push the upside at the end of the day. Just see it as, look, interest rates going up. Okay, US economy is the largest economy in the world. It's stable. Labor market's largely improving, as we saw the unemployment rate dropped again. The last NFP reading. Dollar's going to keep rallying. Okay. Dollar's going to keep rallying. Dips are going to continue to be bought. There's no sign of a slowdown at all. Okay. So I just wonder how much this probably just going to continue to harm, obviously the riskier FX, the dollar's peers, but then also cryptocurrency market for now until the markets can get over this. Okay, but they're clearly not over this right now, are they? Because we're tanking. All right, guys.